Three people now face charges, and police say that more charges could be coming. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says 20-year-old Wilson Hill Jr., 17-year-old Tyrese McCulloch, and 16-year-old Travis McCulloch are all facing 4 counts of reckless murder following a shooting at a Sweet 16 birthday party on Broadmax Street Saturday night.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for Yellowhammer Now. Luckily yesterday we got a little bit of relief because 3 individuals were arrested who were involved in the shooting at the Sweet 16 party in Dadeville. Now the question is, what happens next? And there are a lot of different things that are being proposed that have very little chance of actually getting through the Alabama legislature. There is talk of red flag laws, which generally do not work and are questionable when it comes to the Second Amendment. There are questions about banning long guns, assault rifles, etc., which have very little chance of getting through the Alabama legislature and have nothing to do with what happened in Dadeville. The question here is, are the people who are pushing for gun control pushing for something they can actually accomplish, or are they looking to get attention? If they want to stand on the steps of the legislature and link arms and yell, that's completely fine. If they want to actually talk to legislators, screaming at them, probably not going to get it done.
Alabama Moms Demand Action chapter says there isn't a chance to catch your breath anymore between mass shootings.
It's disturbing, isn't it, to hear that we're losing 94 children a year in the state of Alabama alone due to gun violence. And that's exactly the type of thing that we're working to prevent. And that's why we exist, because we want to see a reduction in these gun violence deaths.
Moms Demand Action says it's working to have the legislature pass common sense gun laws. It says, unlike the permitless carry, which it says had all 67 sheriffs in the state against it.
If they haven't seen us yet at their door, they will. If they haven't heard from us on the phone, they will. If they haven't gotten mail from us, they will. We're coming. We're coming and we're mad.
So let's talk about the state of legislation in the Alabama legislature as it is right now. Currently, it is illegal if you have a concealed firearm and do not tell law enforcement you have it. However, there are no penalties. Recently, there was a bill up in a committee where someone said, hey, maybe we should add some penalties to this if you don't identify that you have a firearm to law enforcement, which I think sounds like a pretty good idea. And that failed. There's another piece of legislation which isn't getting much attention from these Moms Demand Action people, and that's Barbara Drummond's piece of legislation in the State House that has made it out of committee, and that says that if a child brings a firearm to school, meaning it was not secured, that they will go after the parent for that crime. That is a good piece of legislation. That is where people should direct their attention if you are a pro-gun control person. I don't view that as gun control. I view that as holding parents accountable for their bad decisions, but I don't hear much from the Moms Demand Action people on that. This group is wildly ineffective inside the state of Alabama. Their tactics are bad. Their results are non-existent. If they want to actually get anywhere with their desired end game, which is to figure out a way to get some, quote, common sense gun laws passed, they need to behave in a more appropriate way. Screaming and yelling at people is not going to get the job done. You have failed on that front. It is time to readdress and go for things you can actually pass, starting with Barbara Drummond's piece of legislation. Let's see you throw your weight behind that, pick up a legislative victory, and then move on from there.